guys, welcome back. Today I'm here with a book haul and giveaway. It is a little bit earlier than I would usually be filming my book haul, but I've kind of got a lot of things piling up from various things, and also I needed to post a video for a giveaway that I was asked to participate in by the publisher, which I am really excited about. The giveaway is part of the sort of blog booktube tour for a book that I recently finished reading my arc of, and I really loved it and I'm excited about it. So if you are interested in winning an arc of His Hideous Heart, stay tuned because more information will be coming on how you can enter to win this arc. It was sent to me for the giveaway from the publisher, and like I said, this is part of the tour. They did not ask me to do it with a book haul, but I needed to film a haul anyway, and so I just decided to put them together because books have been kind of piling up. If you guys aren't familiar with this, it is coming out in September. It is a YA anthology of 13 short stories inspired by the works of Edgar Allan Poe, and I really enjoyed this. I love this as a project, and I think the execution in general is really good. It was edited by Dahlia Adler and includes a lot of amazing authors: Lamar Giles, Tiffany Jackson, Rin Chupeco, Kendara Blake, Tessa Gratton, Amanda Lovelace. So many fantastic authors, and I think they did a really good job of this. The other really cool thing about this is that the first half of it is the 13 stories. Each of them are inspired by a specific tale by Edgar Allan Poe, and then the second half of the book is all of the original stories that inspired the new takes on it. I think it does a great job of taking some of the timeless universal themes that Poe's stories deal with, like love and anger and revenge and fear and death, and then reimagine them in ways that feel really relevant. And more specifically, most of these stories are also writing from the margins. So it's interesting to think, how do these stories change when the person telling it is female or a person of color or queer? And you get a lot of that here. I didn't rate anything in this lower than 3 stars, and most of it was 4 stars and above, and several of them I gave 5 stars to. So I'll tell you the authors who wrote stories that I gave 5 stars that for me were really standouts in the collection. She Wrote a Horse of Fire by Kendara Blake was a fave. Also The Glittering Death by Caleb Roerig I thought was really fantastic. The Oval Filter by Lamar Giles was probably one of my favorite stories in the collection. I just thought it was so good and so creepy. And then Ligia by Dahlia Adler was also really fantastic. But really, all of the stories in here I think are really great, so I do think it's worth picking up. Again, this one is coming out in September, and if you would be interested in winning this arc or advanced reader copy of the book in order to read it early, all the information on entering the giveaway will be linked down below. Unfortunately, the giveaway is going to be limited to US only just because of the cost of shipping and things to do with arcs, but very excited to offer this. If you guys are interested in entering, I hope that you do, and I hope you pick up the finished product. I think it's a really cool project. I think it's done pretty well, and I also like that it's introducing teens to more classic literature. So yeah, there you go. There's the giveaway. Now on to the book haul. First up, let's do all my book of the month packages. There are 3 of them. One of them came while I was on vacation in California. They've been kind of piling up, so we're gonna start with this. If you guys are not familiar with Book of the Month Club, I am a new fan. I've been using them for several months now. I do actually pay for a subscription for the adult version of Book of the Month myself. It's $15 a month, including shipping, for one new release hardcover book. You get to select from 5 titles, and then you can also do add-on books for $10 each. I think it's really great, and they recently launched their Book of the Month YA box as well, which I think is so cool. You have probably been seeing this everywhere. They've definitely been putting it out there, but I think it's really cool. Now you can also do the YA version and get a YA box, and I think that the picks that they've had have been really fantastic. I was asked to be an affiliate for Book of the Month YA. If you guys are interested in joining, you can use my link down below, which really helps me out. That would be amazing. And if you use the code FLEX, you will get your first book for $9.99. I do also have a link for Book of the Month Club, the adult version, that you can use down below, which is not an affiliate link. It's just a referral link that anybody has access to. And if you use that link, you do get your first month free with the adult version of Book of the Month Club, and I get a free add-on book is basically how it works. So In both cases, very, very cool. Thank you so much to Book of the Month and Book of the Month YA for asking me to be an affiliate. That was like very, very cool opportunity. And I just love the books that they're picking. So let's go ahead and open this. I do not have all the fun goodies that came in here. I opened it on Instagram, but I do want to show you the books that I got. So my July pick was this one. This is All of Us with Wings by Michelle Ruiz-Keel. This is a debut novel by a Latinx Own Voices author. It's set in San Francisco and it is urban fantasy. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I have heard some good things, and it was one that looked really intriguing. Also, I think the cover is just really beautiful. That was the book that I picked for my July affiliate package. And then for August, and this is one of the books that you can get if you join now, they have some really good picks, honestly. I was kind of like struggling with what I wanted to pick, but I ended up going with Color Me In by Natasha Diaz, and I think this is also a debut novel. This is a YA contemporary, and the reason that I went with this is it deals with this issue of multiracial identity and white passing, which is something I'm particularly interested in because my children are multiracial, and so it's something that I like to read about, and I like the idea of reading kind of an Own Voices take on what that's like and how that can be handled in different ways. So yeah, this was my pick. There are some other really, really great ones that they had available, and so if you want to use the link down below, you can still get this and other books for August, and you can get your first book for $9.99 if you use the code FLEX. So there are my YA affiliate packages. Now let's open my Book of the Month box, which I'm really excited about. I actually have 3 books in here because a couple of you guys used my referral link, and so I had a couple of credits for extra free add-on books, which was really exciting, plus the $15 one that I paid for myself. Also guys, if I look glistening, it's because it's really hot in here and I've been filming for a little while without the air conditioner on. I'm so ready for fall and like cooler temperatures. Okay, so the book that I chose as my official Book of the Month this month was Well Met by Jen DeLuca. I'm so excited for this. This has been on my TBR. Anyway, I know my friend Mara from Books Like Whoa read it, and it was one of her favorite romances that she's read this year. It sounds right up my alley. It's a contemporary romantic comedy set at a Renaissance fair with these like geeky grown-ups who go to Ren Fair for fun, which I have done with my husband, and it's really, really enjoyable. So I'm super, super excited for this one. So Well Met was my pick for the month. And then for add-ons, I decided to grab another one of the 5 options that they had for the adult books for the month. This is The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. I have enjoyed Ruth Ware. I do want to read more from her, and this looked intriguing. She writes adult mystery thrillers, and from what I hear, her writing just keeps getting better, so I decided to pick this one up. And then the last book that I have from Book of the Month Club is The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. A couple months back, I did get The Bride Test, and so now I have this beauty to go alongside it, and I'm really excited to pick this one up. I suspect I liked Bride Test. It was like a 3 to 3.5 star read for me, but I enjoyed it, and based on things I've heard, I think I will probably enjoy this one even more, so very happy to have that. So there you go. I've got like a nice little collection of Book of the Month Club editions going on my shelves now. But yeah, definitely if you're interested, go check them out down below. I'm very happy to have all of these. Next, I'll share my most recent purchase. I actually bought this morning for a signing that's happening tonight. This is Dark Age by Pierce Brown, the next book in the Red Rising saga. I'm so happy to have this. I'm currently reading Iron Gold, and then I'll be reading this as well. I loved the Red Rising trilogy, all favorite books of mine. Very excited to continue on, excited to go get the sign tonight, and my makeup today is kind of inspired by the book. And I don't know how much of it you can see, but I am wearing a Howler t-shirt from Out of Print. So yeah, very excited to have this. I did pick this up for the signing, and I may film part of it as well, because I've done that before, and he's just like such an interesting person to listen to and such a smooth speaker. Like, you don't have to edit him much. It's pretty remarkable, honestly. So that is my most recent purchase. Let's see, what else can I show you? Then I have some books that you may have seen if you watched my most recent travel vlog and Reading Rush vlog. I was in Southern California and went to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and then did Reading Rush and then unboxed a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I showed in that video, so feel free to skip over this if you've already seen it. First up, I went to the Ripped Bodice to meet up with my friends Leanna from Leanna's Library and Amanda from The Naughty Librarian, which was so cool to get to finally meet a couple of my BookTube besties in person. It was really, really awesome. If you're not familiar with it, the Ripped Bodice is a romance bookstore in Los Angeles, and I did pick up 3 books while I was there. The first one is A Lesson in Thorns by Sierra Simone. This is currently on my TBR. I'm a little nervous about how this is going to go, but we're going to buddy read it and try it, and we'll see. We will see. And then I also got a couple of blind date with a book packages, which were pretty cool, and the things that I got from that were this novella, 1001 Dark Nights Vengeance by Rebecca Zanetti. I have never read anything by Rebecca Zanetti, and this sounded interesting. I think it was like, where's the best place to meet your vampire soulmate? Anger management, I think, was like the thing, which sounded entertaining. And then the other one said it was like TV's revenge in the Victorian era or something like that. And this is Not the Duke's Darling by Elizabeth Hoyt. I've heard good things about her, but I have not actually read anything by her before, so I'm excited to have that as well. So those were the 3 books that I picked up at the Ripped Bodice. And then on the Saturday after I got back, the RWA, Romance Writers of America conference, was taking place in New York City, and they did a big signing with a bunch of authors, and so I picked up 3 books there as well. So lots of romance in this part. I have this new edition of Song of Blood and Stone by Elle Penelope. I really like the new covers. The sequel is coming out this fall, and I really enjoyed this. It is adult fantasy romance, so I did get this. I got a signed copy, and now this will match the sequel. So I think I'm probably gonna like unhaul the hardcover that I had found for pretty inexpensive and just keep this because I really like the new covers. I think it's got like extra scenes or something in it. And then I also picked up a signed copy of Mrs. Martin's Incomparable Adventure by Courtney Milan. This is an indie romance novella about 2 older women who are around 70 who fall in love and have adventures. And I don't know, it sounds really entertaining and interesting, so I'm excited to have that. And then lastly, there's a book that I kind of had my eye on. The author ended up not being there, so I didn't get this signed, but I did pick up a copy of Unmasked by the Marquess by Cat Sebastian. This is another historical romance that I've heard good things about, and all of the proceeds from those books and all the sales from that went to literacy nonprofits, so it's also for a good cause. Then I have a book that I purchased on Book Depository using the discount code for the Reading Rush, formerly the Booktubeathon, and also I think some of the proceeds of that go to help cover the cost of Reading Rush, so I thought that would be a cool thing to do. I picked up a copy of Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. I've heard really good things about this. So many people have been raving about it. It is YA fantasy involving the fae and fairies, and yeah, I'm hoping to pick this up soon, and it's stunning. The cover is absolutely beautiful. Then I was sent a book for review by FSB Associates. This is Rouge, a novel of beauty and rivalry by Richard Kirschenbaum. This one I had agreed to because the premise sounded pretty interesting to me. It follows women in the early 1900s in New York who were part of beginning the beauty industry. Unfortunately, I ended up DNFing this book. Sadly, it ended up not really working for me. So if you guys want to hear more of my thoughts on this, my Goodreads is always linked down below, and I did write a little review about the reasons I chose to DNF this. I appreciate the opportunity to read it. Sadly, this was not for me. Yeah, some of the content I had some problems with. So yeah, that was kind of a bummer. I was also sent a book for review by Little Bird Publicity. They sent me a copy of Relative Fortunes by Marlo Ben. So this is, oh, yikes. So this is actually a finished copy. It's available now, and it's really beautiful. I mean, like, it's quite stunning. This is a historical mystery. I think it's set in 1920s New York and deals with women's suffrage and a murder mystery of some sort. So thank you so much to them for sending me a copy. This looks really beautiful. And then I like about lost my mind and immediately posted to my Instagram stories when I opened this package because, oh my goodness, I was sent a finished copy of a book that I have been highly anticipating. So months ago, I reached out to the publicist for this author because I read one of his books earlier in the year, absolutely loved it, and was like, hey, could I maybe please get an ARC of the second one? Well, they ended up sending me a finished copy. Not everyone's gonna be excited about this, but I was really excited about this. This is How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Kendi. He's the author of Stamped from the Beginning, which is one of my favorite books that I have read in 2019. It's a history of racist ideas in America, and it's brilliant. And this is kind of a follow-up to that of like, okay, this is what it is, how do we be better? And I'm so excited for it and like so honored that I was sent a finished copy of it. I about screamed when I opened the package because I was not expecting it. I never heard back. I didn't know that I was getting. Okay, I had to switch my battery out, but yeah, I kind of freaked out when I saw this, so I'm so excited. Thank you so much to Penguin Random House and One World Books for sending me a copy. I am really, really excited to read and review this. I suspect I'm gonna love it. Then I had 2 pre-orders that came in also while I was on vacation. The first one is a historical romance. This is The Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics by Olivia Waite. It is a female-female historical romance, and I think one of the characters is a scientist, and yeah, I sounded really interesting, so I picked up a copy. I'm excited for this one. And then I also bought a finished copy of The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory. I actually had a advance audiobook arc of this book that I listened to, and I loved it. This is definitely my favorite of the series. I really liked Wedding Date. Not the biggest fan of the proposal. Wedding Party is amazing, and it's got like a nerdy male love interest, which I'm totally into, so I'm really happy. Plus it's so pretty and shiny. I love it so much. So I ended up pre-ordering a finished copy that I will be adding to my shelves. Another one that I ended up picking up after having read an arc of it is The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead. If you want to hear my thoughts on this, I will link a video up above where I talk about it. I did read this and I wanted to own my own copy, so I'm very, very happy to have this. I found a half-price copy at the Strand, which means I think it was like $12, something like that, and definitely one that I'm happy to add to my collection. Then I was sent another of my most anticipated books for the fall by the Harlequin publicity team for promotion on Instagram. Thank you so much to them. I'm so excited. This actually went on my most anticipated books of 2019 list way back early in the year. This is The Widow of Pale Harbor by Hester Fox. Last year, I read her debut novel, The Witch of Willow Hall, and loved it. It was like a gothic historical romance, and it was amazing, and this is her second book. I am so excited for it. I've been hearing really good things about it. This one reimagines some stuff with Edgar Allan Poe and has also, I think, romance and is set in rural Massachusetts. So we've got some, Edgar Allan Poe seems to be winning the book haul today. Yeah, really excited for this. Thank you so much to Harlequin publicity team. I also got to take a really fun picture with this, which will be up on my Instagram. And then in terms of books that I was sent for review, I have one other kind of set of books to share with you. I'm really excited. I was actually reached out to by Sourcebooks Fire. They published some books that I really love, particularly Furyborn and the Imperium Trilogy by Claire Legrand, some of my favorite books, as you guys know. And they reached out to me and asked if they could send me some books that they have as upcoming releases, if I was interested. The first one was supposed to come out in October, but I think I just saw it in a bookstore today, so now I'm wondering if it's already out, which means I should really read this. This is I'm Not Dying With You Tonight by Kimberly Jones. And this one sounds like it's a YA thriller and female-female romance, I think. I think that's what this is. So yeah, I'm definitely curious to pick this one up, and it says October, but I think this might already be out, so I should try to get to this soon. So thank you for sending me a copy of that. They also sent me a copy of Reverie by Ryan LaSala. This one is not going on sale until January, so I'll definitely be trying to read and review this one before it comes out. It says that it's Inception meets The Magicians, which sounds super interesting. And this one I think is also queer and own voices, so yeah, very excited for this. This is another YA one, again going on sale in January, so I'll be reading and reviewing that one. And then the one that I was most excited about because it was already on my radar and something that I was really interested in is Wicked As You Wish by Rin Chupeco. She has a couple of books coming out this fall, but this is her one from Sourcebooks Fire, 100 Names for Magic Book 1. And this one is alternative history fairy tales from the author of the Bone Witch trilogy about found family, modern day magic, and finding the place that you belong. All of which sound fantastic to me. I'm really excited about this. And this one is going on sale next March. Oh wow, so that's like a while. I didn't realize this was so far out. But yeah, also really excited to pick this one up. Thank you so much to Sourcebooks Fire for sending me those. I'm really looking forward to reading and reviewing them. Okay, I have just a few more books to share. I have some books that I picked up this month at the Strand, and then I have a couple of books that I'm really excited about that I got at a sale at Housing Works bookstore. If you guys aren't familiar with them, they're a really great nonprofit bookstore based in New York City that just does a lot of really good work. all of the books are donated. All of the people who work there are volunteers, and all of the proceeds go back into this wonderful organization. So I do like to go there periodically, and they were doing their monthly sale where everything in the store was 30% off. And guys, I found an amazing, amazing collectible book. So I'm also a book collector, and I found something. So first I'll show you the thing that is exciting but not collectible. They had The Lady of the Lake by Andrzej Sapkowski. This is book 5 in the Witcher series. I do really enjoy these editions from Orbit, and so I'm kind of collecting them. So they had this. It was originally $8 and then it was 30% off, so I got that during the sale. And then, guys, I could not believe that I got this. I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited. Any Red Rising fans out there? This is the special limited edition Subterranean Press version of Morning Star by Pierce Brown. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. It's so, so beautiful. I don't know if you guys have seen these. I've seen them. I have friends who own them. This is the first one I own because they're really expensive. They're $80 each when you buy them new from the publisher, and they're super limited, but they're gorgeous, and I couldn't believe that I saw this. So they are numbered and signed. The special signed edition is limited to 750 copies. However, this one, if you notice, doesn't have a number. It says PC, which means this is a publisher's copy. So it's actually, in some ways, maybe even more rare because not many of these exist. We don't know how many, but they were sent. It means that this was probably sent to a publisher or to somebody who was working on the project, and they donated it to this bookstore for them to resell. And I have it, and it was $60 but 30% off, so I got this for like $42, you guys. $42, like, yeah. Anyway, I'm really happy. Of course, now you know I'm going to be on the lookout for books 1 and 2 if I can ever afford them, but they're really pricey, like on eBay. I've seen the trilogy of these on eBay going for like $750, which is wild. Anyway, so that was a splurge, but I'm so excited about it. I actually saw it several days before the sale, and it was $60, and I was like, oh, I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to come back. And if it's still here on the day of the sale, then it was meant to be, and it was still there, so I got it. Speaking of collectible books, I also have 2 more installments in the Penguin Clothbound Classics to share with you today, which is really exciting. I have been slowly collecting these when I find them on sale for half price at the Strand, used copies, because they're really, really expensive, brand new. The first one I think was like $10. Usually these are like $20 to $25 brand new, and so these are half priced. Used copies in good condition. I have Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. So pretty. They're so pretty. Oh my gosh. And also Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. I have a decent Jane Austen collection now. I think this makes 4 of her books that I have in these editions, which is one of the things I'm trying to collect. Very, very excited to have these. When I see them in good condition for super cheap, I snap them up just because they're usually so expensive. And then finally, I have 2 fantasy books to share with you that I picked up. The first one, I found a half-price copy for $8. This is Senlin Ascends by Josiah Bancroft. This is a book from Orbit. It's the first in a series, and I've heard so many good things about it. It sounds really interesting. It's about a man who somehow loses his wife in the Tower of Babel or something and has to like travel up it to find her. I don't know, but I've heard really good things about it. Holly Hart's Books really liked this. Melanie from Mel's to the Endie really liked this. I wanted to give it a try, and I found a copy for $8 that's in like practically brand new condition. I finally also found a half-price copy of The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. This is the sequel to The Poppy War, which is like one of my favorite books that I've read this year. Absolutely love it. This is the sequel. This is grim, dark fantasy inspired by real events in Chinese history, and I'm ready for it, guys. I'm ready for it. And I found it half price, which means I think it was like $13.50. Whew, boy. Okay, so there you go. That is my book haul. It had been kind of piling up, and I just needed to do this. Very excited about a lot of these books. Also, I really loved his Hideous Heart, so please go ahead and enter the giveaway if you're eligible. I'm really excited about it. I think it's a great book, and you can win your very own advanced reader copy of it. Talk to me in the comments down below. Let me know any of your thoughts or feelings on any of this. And question of the day, Tell me one of these books that you either think I should definitely read or think that I should not read, and why. Like, is there anything that I've hauled here that you think I wouldn't like for any reason? I'm curious to know. Let me know. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.